So I got up to the first tributary that feeds into this canyon. Metal detected some bedrock that I saw. Not even a hit. Which is weird because it's one of the biggest tributaries that feed into this canyon. And you would think with the amount of water coming down that first one, it would bring down any gold or potential gold that's in that canyon. I checked probably a good 3 or 4 foot section of bedrock, broke open the crevices, hit it with the Falcon, nothing. Not even magnetite. So I'm going back down to the first tributary that I saw feeding into it. And I might check that. Vacuum up a little bit if I get a hit or so. And then see what happens there. And along the way back, I'm going to look for some more bedrock. See, here's the first tributary right here. So it must be coming from right here somewhere. It would almost have to be. Well, maybe, because there was one more small one back that way. I don't know. Doesn't seem like the water flows too quickly through here. Not enough to carry gold anyways. Gold's so darn heavy. I'll take a look. This place is just filled with poison oak. There's some bedrock. Some pretty good sized boulders. Let's see what's up here a little ways. Basalt. Looks like it gets fed. Little stringer. So there is quartz. Oops. I guess pretty thick, don't it? Well, I guess I'll have to bushwhack. Do that another day. A lot of soil though. Let's check this quartz real quick. Grins and giggles. Decomposing. quartz vein. No hits. Nothing. Well, I don't know. I think I should go back to where I first found the gold rather than trying to find where it's coming from. Just well, that's magnetic. Or iron rich, anyways. Hardly any trash up here, so that's good. Nothing worse than going out and finding pop tops and crap. Well, I guess I'll just go back down to where I initially found gold. Check that. That's the feeder. That's the feeder that feeds nothing. You never know. That's like a nice outcropping right there. I think that's the one I saw from Google Earth. Well, no sense in wasting time since it's not getting a hit. I think what I'll do is I'll take the vacuum back over to the original spot that I found the gold, and poop. Well, I'll go back to the original spot where I found the gold. I'll use the blower part of the vacuum to blow all the leaves away and all the light sand. And then I'll hit it with the probe and I'll see what happens then. So, some big boulders though. I don't know if you guys can see those. I don't see any bedrock. No more bedrock. And that's one thing that I've learned is every time I find gold, I always leave the spot to go and look for a better spot. And then end up getting skunked. I'm tired of getting skunked. It's been a while. These last 3 times that I went out, to get a quarter gram in such a short amount of time, it's pretty phenomenal. Oh, that poison oak. That stuff's good for you. Stuff's really good for you. And then they say certain plants grow where gold is. I haven't really seen a whole lot of that plant yet. But these reeds right here are one of them. Supposedly. But the normal plants that I see in the more gold-bearing areas, I haven't seen out here. Just these wispy reeds. Supposedly gold is underneath cattails and this green bamboo type looking reed that has like brown bands on it. Supposedly that's like one of the best indicators for gold. And if you were to take a ton or 2 of that plant and grind it up, supposedly you can get all the micron gold out of it. And there's a guy up in Northern California or British Columbia or something that was experimenting with that and says he's getting gold from it. So you never know. I know plants like elements, and they'll replace an element that they need with an element that's more abundant. A good example of that would be the coconut trees over in the Bikini Islands, where they did all the nuclear testing, and the palm trees replaced whatever element it was they normally sucked up for the cesium. Ended up poisoning the entire island. That's the second time I've seen that green band. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a green band right there, about 4 inches wide. And supposedly, greenstone is a gold-bearing rock. And there's only 1 or 2 areas that I found that have greenstone that's close by to me. A little bit of bedrock down there. Doesn't look like it's too accessible though. I'll have to go down creek and then come back up. I don't feel like, that's all poison oak right there. I don't feel like going through that. End up itching for a month. Normally I bring my boy out with me. He's 5. His name is Jackson. And sometimes I'll bring my daughter and another son who's 8 and 3. But with all the poison oak out here, I don't mind getting it on myself. But I don't know if you guys have ever heard a 5-year-old with poison oak. Kind of sucks. Okay, so the creek drops down that way. Now, I did find a section of bedrock over here that I already looked at. I got one hit, but after I sucked it up, I saw a little bit of rust. So it might have been a nail. But being that something heavy was right there, it's a decent indicator. So once the water starts flowing, we'll get a couple of sluice boxes in here and play around and see if we can't turn that 1/4 gram in an hour into, you know, maybe a gram or 2 in an hour. It's real beautiful out here though. Almost hate to mine it. Or prospect it rather. But being a good American and a good Californian, I'm gonna prospect it for gold. Because that's what us Californians do. We prospect for gold. And Dwayne will be out here soon. Well, that's interesting. An old, maybe a sycamore tree that's all burned out, but looks like the roots are wrapped around a big old boulder. And then there's some bedrock. Looks like something was trying to form. Maybe it cooled just way too quickly though. The tree's old. Went right through the bedrock. Normally, if I saw a tree with cobbles in it, I would take a look at it, because the tree roots usually have little nuggets, but I haven't found nuggets yet. Well, I'm going to go back and check the original spot that I found the gold, and oh look, more poop. So, well, here's that other inlet. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot to it though. A little bit of bedrock. Doesn't look like any water comes down here though. If there is, it's probably minute. With all the grass and stuff that's here, I would think that the water just barely trickles down right there. So, well, alright. You guys have yourselves a fine morning. It's Sunday, and I'm gonna go clear some more bedrock, and I'll get back with you guys in a minute. HB Prospector out of here.